Up Ava's video. There you go, Ava. Is that right on there? Oh, check out. Oh,
Why do you call it Vizio?
It's actually called a Vizio. It says right there, Vizio book. No, this one's Darcy's. Okay. All right, so yesterday we read that book about garbage, but even if you didn't read it, you can write down 3 things that you do not or did not know about garbage, 2 things that surprised you, and 1 thing you want to do with what you learned. So let's do it together, okay? So what surprised some people? We had some interesting questions yesterday. I remember, Rob, you wanted to ask Mr. T about where the nuclear waste goes. So could you write that down? Let's put a number 1, and then you can write nuclear waste. Ella, is there anything that you want to know about garbage? Because you weren't here yesterday and we read this book. We're going to read it again. But is there anything you'd like to know about where garbage, this book is called Where Does Garbage Go?
Disgusting.
It is disgusting. And where does it go? Some of it goes to recycling, right? Jacob, do you have any things that you want to know further? Because remember, we're going to write a letter today. Darcy, can we have eyes on me? Thank you, Darcy. Okay, everybody's eyes this way. Ava, did you write anything?
No, because it just broke.
Oh, here you go. Here's another pencil for you. Okay? All right, so let's all write down at least 1 thing we want to know. So, Rob, you can write, where does nuclear waste go? So just go ahead and write nuclear. Here, let me help you with the spelling of that. Can you try to sound out waste? Nuclear. That's nuclear. Nuclear. Nuclear.
I got it done.
Jacob, could you write 1 thing down for me?
I got it
And
done.
what did you write, Ava?
Where does nuclear waste go?
What?
Where does nuclear waste go?
Where do you throw away stuff? Okay. Did you have anything that you wanted to know about it, Ella? Well, we know it's disgusting, but where does it go? Does it take up a lot of our space and make a mess of our earth?
Yeah, I know it.
It really does. All right, let's look over the book again. Here you go. Here's a book for you, Ava. Book for you, and here's a book for you. And let's give Mr. T a book too, so he can help us with the reading. Who wants to read what the title of this book is? Rob, what is the title of the book?
Where does trash go?
It is trash.
It
but
is
it's a different
trash.
word.
Yeah.
Starts with a G.
Garbage.
Where does garbage go? Right, Darcy? And what's this a picture of all in here? Garbage. There's a whole bunch of garbage, isn't there? All right, let's turn to the first page. This book is by a man named Isaac Asimov, and he's actually a science fiction writer, writing about garbage. So let's go to the first page. Let's see if Darcy and Ella remember this from last year. Do you remember what this is, Ella?
What?
Do you remember what this is when it tells us?
Table of contents.
That is the table of contents. Very good. Darcy? Darcy, eyes on me. Do you remember last year when we learned about the table of contents? Yeah? It tells us what? Does anyone know what the table of contents tells you? It tells you where to find things in the book. It tells you where to find things in the book. So if you wanted to find mountains of garbage, where would you go, Ella? Mountains of garbage. Right here, mountains of garbage. What page would you go to?
17.
You would go to page 17. All right, let's turn to the first page. Who would like to read the title of this page? Anyone? Okay, thank you, Rob. What would you like? Would you like to read just the title? Exploring R, close.
R-O.
And that's, remember what we live in? What do we live in? That's all around us. Our environment.
Environment.
That's right. Exploring our environment. Look around you. You see forests, fields, lakes, and rivers. You see farms, factories, houses, and cities. All these things make up our environment. Sometimes there are problems with the environment. For example, the garbage that we produce pollutes our land, our water, and even our air. Where does all this garbage come from? Where does it go? Why is it harmful? Let's find out. So, where does all the garbage come from? You guys know. Who wants to raise their hand? Okay, Rob again. Oh, okay, Rob, go ahead. Where does it all come from?
It goes. It comes from the stuff that we eat, and then it goes to the trash can. Then the trash can goes to the dumpster truck, and then it goes to the waste, the waste place.
And what did we call that?
A landfill.
A landfill. Yes, Ella.
When animals die or something.
That's right. Sometimes animals die because of all of our garbage, don't they? What happens to the animals? Does anybody know? Ava, do you know what sometimes happens to animals? Why? What happens with garbage?
There's like a can on their head or something.
Yeah, exactly. Or plastic. Plastic. If you throw something out your window that's plastic, it might get wrapped around your neck, right? Right? But very good answer. Thank you, Ella.
Yeah.
All right, let's turn the page. Here we see some animals, don't we, though, real quick, swimming amongst the trash. Poor animals.
Well, weird.
Right here, these swans. Yeah, they're swimming in this water, and there's just garbage all around them. Okay, next page. All the things we throw away. Think about all the things you throw out every day. An empty cereal box, a used up toothpaste tube, the plastic wrapper from a new box of pencils, an apple core from lunch, chicken bones from dinner. All this stuff and more ends up in your garbage can. Your neighbors up and down the block fill their garbage cans with the same sort of trash once a week. A big truck comes and hauls it all away. What happens to all this garbage? All right, let's show Ella something real quick. Can everybody stand up? Everybody up? And let's just come right over here. And what do we have here? What are these?
Garbage.
Yeah. What do we put in here? Ava, what do we put in this one?
Garbage.
Actually, this one's the garbage can. What do we put in this one?
Recycling.
Yes, Ella.
Recycling.
And what happens to this stuff?
They break it down and use it.
Oh my gosh. Great answer, Ella. Did you guys know that? Ella is right about that. They break it down. And this trash, it's not gross. What is this? It's what?
Paper.
Can you touch it?
You can
It's
use
still
carpet.
good, right?
You can use carpet out of it.
You can make a lot of things out of paper.
Paper.
And it's not dirty, is it? It's still nice, good paper. It just has writing on it, so we throw it away. And every day we throw things away. Okay, Darcy, you can have a seat back down in your chair. Okay, thank you. Everybody's eyes on me, and let's turn the page. And who wants to read the title of this page? Jacob, could you read us the title of this page? Dumping, burning, burying. In some communities, the garbage is dumped into the ocean. In other communities, it's burned in a big furnace called an incinerator. In many communities, the garbage ends up in a landfill. And that's what you said, Rob. At the landfill, garbage is spread out in layers on the ground. Then it is mashed down by a huge machine, covered over with dirt. Layers of garbage are mounded and shaped into rolling hills. In time, the site of the landfill can be made into a park. Trees and grass are planted over the old piles of garbage. So the garbage just keeps getting what? What do they keep doing it? Well, it does keep getting worse, but what do they keep putting on top of it? It says right here. It says it's covered over with. Did anybody hear what they said it was covered over with? What's that, Ella?
Garbage.
No, they put the garbage in the hole and then they cover it with something. What do they cover it with? It's brown, and we plant things in it.
Dirt.
They cover it with dirt. That's right. So they keep filling up the hole and covering it with dirt. Do you think all that garbage disappears really fast?
No.
What do you think happens?
It takes years and years and years, and then it gets old.
It just sits there, doesn't it? It sits there, and then this next page, Ella, could you read the top of this page?
Out of sight, but not out of mind.
Close, out of mind. Out of sight, but not out of mind. So, just like when we cover it with dirt, we're covering it up. Eyes on me. Thank you. We're covering it up, but where does it? Is it still under the ground? Yeah. So, for many years, people dumped, burned, or buried garbage without thinking twice. But in recent years, people have come to see that getting rid of garbage is just not that easy. Garbage dumped into the ocean sometimes washes back to the shore. Do you see that picture of the garbage all on the shore? Does everybody see the picture of the garbage on the shore? Ava, you see that? The garbage? Then the beaches have to be closed and cleaned up. Burning garbage pollutes the air. As garbage is burned, dangerous chemicals including lead and mercury go up in smoke. If left over, ashes from the burned garbage are buried. Harmful chemicals in the ashes pollute the land. So every day we breathe in a lot of dirty, dirty, dirty ashes, don't we? That are going up into the sky. So we have a question board up here. Where does garbage go? So we've gone through a few pages of our book. What are some ideas about where garbage goes right now? Ella. Oh, raise our hand. Okay, garbage goes to recycling.
Plant.
Okay, we're going to raise our hands. No shouting out. Yes, Rob.
It goes to landfill.
It goes to landfills. Ella?
Plant.
How about you come up and you can write this one up here for me. Come on up. And you say it goes to plants?
Recycling.
Oh, recycling plants. Okay, so right here on 3, plants. Fluff, P, L, ants. Ants. I, ants. A, N, T. S. Very good. Thank you, Ella. Goes to recycling plants. Yes, Rob.
It goes to oceans.
Yes, it does. Do you want to come up and write it out up here? Come on up. It goes to oceans. Do you know there's a spot in the ocean where there's about, I think, 20 miles across?
It's as big as Texas.
Oh, yeah, so more than
A
20.
There's a floating pile of plastic in the ocean as big as Texas.
You can write right here, ocean.
And this is ocean.
And Mr. T is showing you the word. Okay. Ava, do you have any ideas about where garbage might go?
The dump.
Ava says the dump. Do you want to come up and write it up here? You can come on up. Great job. Watch out for the chair. Okay. And now Ava's coming up, and she is going to write the dump. Okay, come on up, Ava. Okay. Right there. Dump. What does it start with? Dump. Dump. Yeah. D. U. M. so we've got quite a few places where we know that garbage goes. So let's turn the page. Oh, here we have a picture of it going into the landfill, right? That's what it looks like, the landfill. Burying garbage in landfills also causes problems. Harmful chemicals can slowly leak out of the landfill. These chemicals can flow into the water supply and pollute the drinking water. Many new landfills have been built to prevent harmful chemicals from leaking out. In these landfills, a layer of plastic lines the entire area where garbage is dumped. But even these landfills don't solve all the problems. They are filling up so fast that we soon won't have any place to put all of our garbage. What are we going to do? We're going to have to start recycling more, aren't we? Like we did with this blue can right here. We're going to have to start putting more things to go to the recycling yard. And I know I asked this question before, but whose families recycle? Can you raise your hand if your family recycles? Everybody's. Darcy, does your family recycle? Yeah? Raise your hand up, nice and high. Thank you, Darcy. All right.
I know where my family recycles. She recycles cans and bottles and glass.
And that's at St. Louis Center. They recycle probably everything they make in your kitchen there, huh? Nice. Danger. Let's turn the page to this one. Danger. Toxic waste. Jacob, can you tell us what this building is right here? What it says that building is? Hospital. And can you tell us what that building is, Ella? Nuclear power plant. Ella, you wrote plant up there. So very good answer. You wrote plant up there. Nuclear power plant. Ordinary garbage causes enough problems, but hospitals, factories, and other businesses sometimes produce garbage that can cause serious diseases and slowly poison the environment. These wastes are called toxic waste. Chemicals left over from some pesticides and plastic are toxic wastes. People working with the chemicals have to wear special protective clothing. Radioactive waste from nuclear power plants, hospitals, and science laboratories pose extreme danger. And so far, no one has found a safe way to dispose of many of these toxic wastes. And yesterday, Rob actually asked Mr. Tchaikovsky what they do with radioactive waste. That comes from nuclear facilities.
What he said.
Do you remember what he said, Rob?
No, sure.
He said they put it, remember, in a big, thick concrete structure.
And then it's a bunker, and they put it in the ground.
And they bury it underground.
And
And what do they put around it? On the ground level. A fence. So nobody can go in there for, what did he say? Like 100 years or more. Yeah. So it's under there forever.
Are you going to science again?
Yes, I am. I will be with you guys at science. All right, let's turn the page. Ava, I would like you to read the title of this page. I think you read it yesterday, so you should remember. What are the big things that we walk on, that we take hikes on? Mountains of garbage. In many industrialized nations, each person produces more than half a ton of garbage every year. Most of our garbage seems harmless, but some things, including used motor oil, old batteries, and even dried up bottles of nail polish, contain toxic chemicals. They cause harmful pollution if they are burned in an incinerator or buried in a landfill. Other garbage is not really recycled or reused. This picture shows an aluminum. This is an aluminum. Let's turn the page, Darcy, and get on there. See all those? What are those? They are mountains of garbage, but what kind of garbage? Look close at them. What are they? They're cans. cans, like you drink your Coca-Cola out of. See, there's a whole bunch of Cokes. So that's where your garbage goes. And this is what they burn down and they make into other things. Jacob, what do you think they could melt all these cans down and make them into? Okay. Rob, yeah?
Tinfoil.
They could make them into tinfoil. Good answer. Does anyone else have an answer what they could melt these cans down into? Ella?
What's it called? What's it called?
What's it like?
What's it like? Yeah.
What's it look
What
like?
is it? What are you getting at? What are you thinking? What's your thought in your head of what it could be?
I don't know. So I was gonna say the tinfoil thing.
Oh, okay. Well, that's okay. You can both say tinfoil. Great answer. Yeah, Rob.
Cars.
Cars. Maybe parts for cars, right? Cars have a lot of aluminum on them. Ava, do you have any ideas what they could melt cans into?
Fire?
Well, it might turn to fire, but what about when it melts down? What could they turn it into? What do you use that's metal? Toys?
Toys.
There's a lot of metal on toys, right?
Cars.
Cars, car handles. Good answer. All right, we are on our last page, which is a picture of a recycling plant. Picture of a recycling plant. And we looked at this yesterday too. Old clothes, toys, and appliances can often be repaired and used again. Does anyone take their clothes to the Salvation Army when they grow out of them? Rob does. Anyone else? Darcy, do you take your clothes to the Salvation Army? Yeah. I do. I buy a lot of my clothes to the Salvation Army. As a matter of fact, will you believe it? This shirt I'm wearing today came from the Salvation Army.
We donate clothes.
Yeah, you can donate your clothes and toys
And baby gear.
and all the baby stuff. And then
appliances.
and appliances. Yeah, people can use those again. There's guys out there who will fix those and then you can use them again. And then we talked about composting. And I don't remember if anyone here had a composting pile. I think Rob said they had one at St. Louis Center. And then, do you have a compost pile? Ella, does your mom ever take garbage out and put it outside? Like banana peels and coffee grounds?
My this is at Minnesota, and
Oh.
they have the big dumpster.
Oh, nice. Okay, they have one. And then all that stuff, all those organic materials, coffee grounds, banana peels, apple cores, guess what it turns into after a while?
Milk.
Not milk.
Not quite.
Milk comes from cows. Guess what it
You
turns
don't want to
into?
eat it.
It turns into something we plant things in.
Seeds.
We plant seeds in dirt. Yeah, the compost turns into dirt. All right, last page, starting at home. You can help solve the garbage problem by throwing out less. Set up recycling bins for your family to separate paper, plastics, glass, aluminum, and other metals from your regular garbage. Get someone to help you if you take these materials to a recycling center in your town, or if your city doesn't pick them up for you. Try not to waste paper. Use scrap paper for notes or gift wrap. If you have a yard, you can start a compost pile in your garden with food and yard waste that will enrich the soil. I think I'm going to start a compost pile this year. And then we're on our last page,
How big?
which shows beautiful mountains and scenery. And this is how we hope that our
water.
this is how we hope our world will continue to look for our children and our children's children,
Where that is.
right? Looks like could be Colorado,
They're more craggy, I would say. Canada, I
Poland,
would say
Canada. You could be
Probably
right.
Canada.
Canada.
Up, sort of glacier
Yeah.
Oregon.
Alaska.
or north.
Alaska.
Yeah, anywhere kind of up in that.
Yeah. And these are all places that we're talking about where they have mountains. Because we don't, do we? Do we have mountains in Michigan? Have you ever seen a mountain?
We do. In the
Up
UK.
north. Yeah.
Mhm.
You gotta drive.
Yippee.
The UP. We have mountains in the UP.
Called Porcupine Mountain.
Yeah, the Porcupine Mountains.
And they're teeny. Pretty cute.
They are
Yeah.
cute. The mountains of garbage we have produced won't disappear overnight, but we can all help improve the environment by producing less garbage. The land, air, and water will stay cleaner. Health risks from harmful chemicals will be reduced. Bit by bit, we can make our world a better place for everyone. All right, I'm passing these back out. We're on to our second page of our worksheet. And let me get it to you, and then I'll tell you what it says, okay? All right, Ava, can you put this in place of your Visio machine, please? Thank you. All right, you guys can write your names right on top. Okay, and on this page, it says, circle the section you liked best so far in the book, Where Does Garbage Go? How did one or more of the four strategies, good job, you helped me with linguistics, help you read that section? All right, so which part did you like the best? Did you like pages 4 through 7, the environment and garbage? Did you like pages 8 through 13, how do we get rid of garbage? Or did you like pages 14 through 17, learning about toxic dangers? Okay, go ahead and circle 14 through 17.
Better than the lake. Oh, we got the big trucks.
I'm gonna
Okay.
I like this
one.
Which one did you like? Oh, okay, Ava likes 4 through 7. Okay,
I like 8 to 13.
okay, so those are the pages we like. So now let's turn to those pages that we like in our book, okay? So once you have those pages, turn to the page. You can turn to page 4, Ava.
and 7.
Ava's got the picture of the swans. Go ahead and turn to page 8, Jacob. And Ella is also on the page with the swans. Here you go, Darcy. And you can just put your paper right on the part that's a picture so that you can still write on your paper, okay? So just like I'm doing, see what I'm doing here? I'm putting my paper right over the pictures of the swans, right like this, so that way I can write. So the first thing says to predict. So you want to predict what maybe this part of your story is going to be about. So what does predict mean? Does anyone know? Anyone know what predict means? What does it mean, Darcy? Raise your hand.
It means it's hot.
To talk?
It's hot.
It's hot. Close, not really predict. What does it mean to predict something? What if I say later we're going to have a great time? Is that predicting?
Yeah.
Because I'm saying what? What's going to happen in the future? So what do you predict about exploring our environment? What do you predict about
I predict
how we get rid of garbage? Jacob, what do you predict? What do you predict, Darcy, about exploring our environment? Do you think it's all good?
Yeah.
Ella, do you think it's, according to this book, it's going to be all good, what we explore about our environment? Or is there something wrong?
No.
What are you writing, Ava, for predicting? That this book's going to be about,
Does everything is okay?
well, everything is okay, but what is this book going to be about?
Garbage?
It's going to be about garbage, about how garbage, so right under predict, Darcy, right here, predict, right, how garbage is affecting our environment. How garbage is affecting, thank you for writing, Jacob, our environment. All right. Now, what about summarizing? If we summarize the whole part, what did we learn? We learned that what happens? We learned that trash is toxic. So where it says summarize right here, we're going to write garbage is bad, right?
Okay.
Garbage is bad. And what do we need to do? We need to what? Clean up the environment, right? We need to clean up the
You know
environment.
what she's doing?
That's okay. She's doing fine. Okay?
No one can read that.
Summarize. Clean up the environment.
No one can.
Okay?
No one can read that. Can
It's
write
okay.
it.
It's all right. We'll get through it. We'll practice typing it out.
I said garbage is bad.
Okay, garbage is bad. That's true. Now, what do you want to clarify? We talked about clarifying yesterday. That means to make something clear. What do you want to know more about?
That trash is super not bad for you. And it can like be dangerous if you have a baby around or something.
So Rob wants to know how dangerous it can be. So Rob probably wants to know about what things are like toxic, maybe, that you shouldn't throw away. Is that what you'd like to know? What shouldn't I throw away? What would you like to know more about, Ella?
Bad.
You want to know more about what's bad? Ava, what do you want to know more about?
About how we can keep this world healthy.
About how we can keep the world healthy. Jacob, is there something you'd like to know more about? Can't think of anything? Okay, how about a question? Rob, you had a question yesterday from Mr. T. What was it?
Where does toxic waste go?
Where does toxic waste go? Does anyone else have a question that's just driving them crazy about where all this garbage goes? Maybe where does the paper, what do they make the paper into? That would be a good question. What do they recycle paper into?
Or where?
Or where? Yeah. Or where?
Isn't like right after your lunch? Like, I'm gonna have the potluck.
Yes. Right after lunch today, we are going to have the potluck.
After sea lunch?
After sea lunch, yeah.
Wait,
After sea
what?
lunch.
That's our lunch. Me and Darcy.
Don't worry, it's going to be after your lunch, okay? But let's get back to talking about garbage. All right, because we have one last thing to do. All right, and that's what we're going to call today an exit ticket. Okay? And this is what I know now after reading this story. Okay, so here's your exit ticket, and you're going to need this. You're going to need to write this out in order to, yes.
I filled this out already.
Okay, fill it out again. Now what do you know? Now what do you know? After we've read the book, after we've done all of our talking, now what do you know? I learned
Whose writing
something.
is this on the back of this?
Oh, that's okay, because we're going to have double of those. That could be Darcy's. Darcy, let's put our pen on our pencil on our paper. What did you learn? I know, not a pen. What did you learn?
Learning about recycling.
Okay, Darcy, besides that, what did you learn about garbage?
That garbage is not healthy.
It's not healthy. No, it's not healthy. It's causing what? Darcy, pencil on paper. What is garbage? What did you learn about garbage? Did you learn about recycling?
Yeah.
Okay. You can write down recycling.
Pencil healthy.
H-E, hell. Healthy is a hard one. H-E-A-A-L. T-H-Y.
H-Y.
Right. Okay, if everybody could give me their papers now, just hand them forward. And you guys did an excellent job again.
I put my name on.
I think at this point, Thank you very much. This is Rob. It's dangerous to throw away certain things. An incinerator is a large oven that burns trash. Good job, Rob. Jacob, what did you write? I know. What did you write, Jacob? Can you tell me? What you wrote here? What is that? Sorry, I can't read your writing. But go ahead, you tell me. I know we should get rid of trash by recycling, right? What did you write, Ava?
About it's not healthy for people to be around.
It's not healthy for people around to be around. Darcy, did you write about recycling?
I did.
So you learned a little bit about recycling. And how about you, Ella? What did you write down?
Garbage is not healthy for you and for others.
And for others. Very good. You guys all did an excellent job today. Thank you for participating.